Bleep gloop, hooray, I've done it! I found Earth's most brilliant scientists and their, research vessel? Go, Greenie! Get your sloop on! Go, Greenie!
Mr. Greenie? I think there's been a mix-up.
Yeah, we're not scientists.
What? Then who are you?
We're the BEATBUDS!
What's a BEATBUD?
I'm Sari Cohen with Hollywood First Look. Joining us right now are BEATBUDS founders Matty Shapiro and Jonah. So excited to be hanging out with you both today.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, for sure. We're excited about this.
I want to go back to the beginning with you guys because you two have known each other since you were like 6, and playing music came pretty early on. So what kind of music did you actually start out playing together?
We both come from really musical families. Matt's dad was a pretty cool dad, had great taste in music and was a guitar player. My dad and my sister both play classical piano by ear, and I grew up idolizing Elvis Presley. So when we started playing music, I mean, Matt got his first drum set at 12, right?
Right.
I started playing guitar around 6, 7. And as soon as Matt got his drum set, we went downstairs in the basement and we jammed Knocking on Heaven's Door for 5 hours straight. So it was, our roots are really in rock and roll.
We caught the music bug early on. The rock and roll, just the look, the feel, the vibe, the energy was just something that we gravitated towards. And we had a relationship obviously before the music, but once we got bit by the music bug, it was to the races.
Yeah, it cemented our friendship, and then, we also see a lot of these rock and roll roots that we have. We apply that to what we're doing with kids music, which is why we think that it's a really family-friendly type of genre that we're creating here, I guess.
Exactly. Yeah. For adults, for the parents and the kids.
Yes. So I do want to hear how BEATBUDS came together. Let our audience know.
Well, it's a long story, about as long as our friendship. But the shortest way we can really get to it is that Matt had a daughter, and he was a first-time dad. I had nephews at the time. I didn't have my own son yet. I had nephews at the time that are around the same age. Matt had a horrific back injury at work, right? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, had a real freak situation that occurred at my previous job, to the point where I couldn't do that manual labor work anymore. So I was just kind of had to reconfigure my life. I was rehabbing to try to get myself back into shape, and it just so happened that Johnny was off tour at that point, and I was rehabbing just a block from his house. We got together, kids in mind, his nephews, my daughter, and started to fool around in the studio.
Yeah, that was it. And our first song, had the kids on the track, and it really wasn't the BEATBUDS. It was just music for our families to enjoy. But slowly but surely, my sister would say, can you burn me 10 CDs for my friends? Because CDs were still a thing at the time. Right. Matt's wife would say, burn me 10 CDs for my friend. And the music just kind of started spreading around the community. And once that started happening, we had probably 3 songs. We started thinking, maybe there's something here. We created a name, a website. The name is all Matt. Matt got that name, and I think that that's a big part of where we are today.
Why, thank you.
Well, the name just implies that everyone can be a BEATBUD, right? I mean, it's not this singular person who does music. It's not like Jonny and Matty's, music. And the really cool thing about it is that everyone can be a BEATBUD, and that's kind of the whole thought process of what we did with the music. We made the kids the third member of our band, and it's really cool. It sees no boundaries, it sees no limits, it's amazing. It's really cool.
Let's get into this show. I have to tell you, I screened it with my 5-year-old niece, and she gave you 2 thumbs up.
I love it.
Oh, I got the chills.
And what did you give it? Because it is a family show.
Also 2 thumbs up. If I had more thumbs to give, I would have given it that. Cool. So I want to hear about this adventure now. What can audiences expect?
I think what they can see first and foremost is a relationship between 2 best friends. I think that's probably one of the most important takeaways from this whole show. A sense of adventure, a sense of teamwork, that we need everybody's help in order to make this one thing shine, which is our performance and our big show. Fantastical ideas, stuff that we dreamed of when we were kids to see on screen, and animated characters. I mean, there's no limits to what it is.
We think there's something for everybody,
Yeah.
and we really think that and hope that people will connect with the music and enjoy watching the show and the adventures that we all go on. It's really cool.
I have to ask you both, do you have a personal favorite song?
I do. Do you?
I mean, my favorite. Well, we have the same favorite
Let's
song.
say it at the same time. Let's see if it's
Ready?
the same. Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Get outside and rock.
There you go.
Nickelodeon's brand new animated series, The BEATBUDS Let's Jam, premieres Monday, June 7th, and will air daily through June 11th. Make sure you and your family check it out. I'm Sari Cohen. See you next time.
Hello, Beat Buddies. Check out our awesome band. The show's about to start, so come on and clap your hands. The Beat Buds is our name, and we love to rock and roll. We're two best friends and lifelong pals with music in our soul.